we ask Ms. Mateja Prešern to elaborate on the Slovenian open data regulation. Following the Open Data Directive from 2019 by the European Commission, Slovenia designed and implemented national open data legislation, scoring among the best in the EU in terms of open data policies. Ms. Prešern, please explain to us how you managed to achieve this.
I would say the Slovenian open data policy consists of four main components. First, of course, is the legislation. The Slovenian Access to Public Information Law contains the provisions on access to information as well as reuse of information and proactive publication of data, and implements the EU directive, of course. Then the second component is the National Open Data Portal, which was established in 2016, and it has been run by the Ministry of Public Administration. The portal forms a backbone of an ecosystem where basically the data can easily circulate between public institutions, civil society, businesses, and so that they can easily create services and products based on data. Another important component is a network of editors. There are main editors at the Ministry of Public Administration and editors or publishers at other institutions. And this would be state institutions as well as local administrations. So that is very important, this regular exchange of information and regular solving of any problems that might arise. And then finally, we have open data ecosystem. These are really numerous activities based on the portal, and these are activities organized on the side of Ministry of Public Administration with various stakeholders. We have meetings, educational activities, hackathons, with academia, universities in Slovenia are involved, some professors as well, civil society and private sector. The Slovenian Access to Public Information Law has been regarded as quite pro-transparent, and we also have a very strong institution, independent state institution of the Information Commissioner, which plays an important role in the implementation of the legislation. In the field of PSI and open data, the first EU directive was adopted in 2003, and it was implemented in the Slovenian law in 2005. And the notion of open data was first introduced into the national legislation by the amendments in 2015. As regards the digital policies, these of course need to be consistent between the ministries. Because various ministries are in charge of various policies, and it's crucial that we have mutual understanding of these policies. So, for example, in Slovenia, the Ministry of Public Administration is in charge of the open data policy. Then we have the Ministry of Environment and Spatial Planning that is in charge of the Inspire Directive and the framework for exchange of geospatial data. Then, for example, the Ministry of Education and Science is in charge of open access policies with regard to scientific data. Then finally, for example, Ministry of Justice in charge of GDPR and legislation with regard to that. And so what is crucial is to achieve the alignment of these various policies. And this is possible on the basis of good cooperation and regular exchange of information. Because, as I said, the Ministry of Public Administration has regular contacts with the editors, with publishers at other ministries. And this might be, sometimes these are legal experts, sometimes they are technical experts. But in any case, we have regular exchanges of information. And that is very important because in this way we cooperate when we prepare measures, when we prepare different measures, when we decide on what data to publish on the national portal, when we are partnering in preparing hackathons, or educational activities. And then finally, also when we are preparing the legislation and we need to negotiate the different provisions. But since the exchange has been going on a regular basis, this comes quite naturally, actually, and it's quite efficient. Yes, well, what would be the main lessons learned? Or I would say for the Slovenian case, what is crucial for the success story is a tradition of openness, a strong belief that public sector data is a public good and should be opened, if possible, should be opened as much as possible. Then the second thing would be a really dedicated team of legal and technical experts that work on this case, and that also would have constant communication with contacts at other institutions, so that this network of editors I would find really important. And then finally, of course, the involvement of civil society, private sector and academia, so all the other stakeholders, because this system really needs to be a live ecosystem of open data.